Hi everyone, I'm Kim with Abundant Life Tarot. Welcome back. We are continuing on with our quartz series. So we are looking at the court cards from the tarot. This is a part of our Light Seers tarot study, but of course you may be watching this video long after we've completed our little run with the tarot study. And it's designed, this series, for you to apply what you're seeing in these videos to your own decks that you have. Doesn't have to be this deck, but anyways, just wanted to say that. Okay, let's get right to it. So we're now talking about the cups. Let me zoom in a bit and let's get started with the cups. So we know that the cups are dealing with emotional matters, relationship matters, matters of the heart, right? You know, feelings and personal relationships, I like to say intuition manifested, and healing, and yeah, all that good stuff. So first up, let's talk about the Page of Cups. Let's get a good look at this one. He is literally like, he's not grounded at all. He's head in the clouds. Dreamy, if you will. Okay, so this page, he's sensitive and he's intuitive and he's a great listener. He's imaginative, but at times he may be too open or may open up too soon, gives great advice, and is a dreamer, a good listener. Friendships and relationships are super important to this one. And learning how to nurture others is also quite important. And then we've got the Knight of Cups here. Okay, so we have the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups is romantic. They endeavor to love and be loved. They're chivalrous. They appreciate beauty, and they're dreamy and doesn't always fulfill their promises. They may even have a weak heart or wear their heart on their sleeve. They're totally committed to love, and they are affectionate and at times can be a bit delicate of all the knights. Then we have the Queen of Cups. Okay, so the Queen of Cups, she can be mysterious, right? And magical. She's nurturing and alluring. She is highly empathic, and she's intuitive, and she gets to the heart of the matter. At times she can be shy and introverted, but she's receptive and fosters a loving environment. And when she appears, she asks you to look deeper into your feelings. And she's perceptive and kind, this one. And then finally, we have the King of Cups. The King of Cups is emotionally mature. He uses his wisdom to dissect and evaluate emotions. He reacts calmly and is dependable. He gives solid advice, and he can sometimes overreach and give unsolicited advice. He is emotionally stable. He is peaceful, present, and a gentle leader. And he brings out the best in others. So he's that wise and gentle leader. Okay, so that's what we got here with these courts. Now, remember, you got to watch the intro. Please check out the wands. That's the video just before this one, because I talk at length about you choosing and sticking to a way of how you work with the quartz. For me, I don't just look at them as personifying someone in the reading, whether it's the querent or someone related to the querent. I also see the functions and of what each card is representing and apply it there. And my style is quite flexible in that way. But some readers are not as flexible, and they say the quartz only represent people for them. So you just have to be clear about how you wish to work with the courts, okay? There's no right or wrong way, in my opinion. Now, I'm sure others would disagree, but that's how I feel. I just say that you get something, find the way that works best for you and try to stick to it or be as consistent as you can be. So just like I did with the wands in the previous video, I wanted to share with you some attributes about each of the cards. So we've got the Page of Cups. And with the cups in general, in terms of physical descriptions of them, I tend to think that they have light to dark brown hair. They also may have like hazel, light brown to dark brown eyes. They can tend to be rounded or slightly overweight. They do have sexy bedroom eyes. Versus in the wands might have really bright, big eyes. They are typically Cancers, Scorpios, or Pisces. They are that water element, that water energy, okay? All right. And then in terms of personality, we know that they can be quite emotional and intuitive and sensual. All right. Let me show you like what I did here. So let's start with physical attributes. Woman. Let me show you that. This could go really with any of the suits, this elderly or any of the suits. The elderly or mature card could go with any of them, with the king. Child or childlike. Gray eyes. Hazel eyes. I picked her out because of her hair color. Brunette. Obese or overweight, and brown eyes. So those are just some defining characteristics there. Let's go to some positive attributes. We've got they laugh easily. They're playful, typically. Nurturing are the cups, or the courts of the cups. They love sharing interests with their loved ones and having shared interests. Feminine energies, they're open, pleasant disposition, soul connection, that soulmate kind of connection. At times can be a bit, submissive. Some people think that's a great thing, and some people are like, that sucks. And a certain air of innocence about them. And strong family background. That's not always the case, right? This is just how I'm personifying my courts, if I was to personify them. Here are some shadowy attributes to the court cards. So they might demand too much time. To the cups, I mean. Ex-lovers are always around. This is more of their shadow, like if these cards came up in reverse, or if you're doing a reading, whether you work with reversals or not, and you're seeing the corresponding cards come up that kind of show this energy that they always got ex-lovers around, or maybe they're demanding too much time, you can talk about that. They are very much tied to their family and friends, so sometimes that can be a blessing and a curse. They might be hypersensitive, no set or followed boundaries, falling in love too soon, chasing, not attracting. These folks may get engaged in, especially that Knight of Cups, love sickness, physique issues or confidence issues surrounding their physique, living in a fantasy, complainers and naggers, although anybody could be any of these things, right? But it's just helpful to help kind of ground these things. And you'll see in the last video that I do in this series, which I've already recorded, so I'm kind of working or hopping around in this series. You'll see an exercise that I do that is basically doing what I'm doing here, but I'm using a specific deck that is, mass market. Many of us already have it. And I have another tip for you in that video that you can do if you don't have that deck. Lack of confidence, suffocating, talks too much, although this could be a swords attribute or trait. Too nice, overly complicated, just always complicating things. codependent patterns, overly dependent, no trust, immature. That could be over here with the Page of Cups, and not taking life too seriously. That could be the Page of Cups or the Knights, for example. Okay, I think we looked at you guys already. I want to flip up. And finally, some spaces and places where they might hang out. So we've got university, which could be here or here. Online, again, messages of love, and you might receive love messages, right, with that Page of Cups. Classroom, there's students. They love to get together and have get-togethers, okay? Park. They hang out at the park. They love to pamper themselves. That's also here with the salon. They love to also nurture and pamper others. They love water, or being by the water, or being by the beach, or all the romantic things that come up when you take a walk on the beach with your loved one or by yourself. They, get restored by being by water. They can at times be homebodies. Although they're social creatures, they could also be homebodies. They could, one of their occupations, one of the, they could be therapists because they're really great listeners, or they're not afraid to seek out therapy for themselves. Again, homebound, waiting or pining. There's that water energy again. Here's a picture of a water park and apartments. It's where they dwell. It's around people, but in their own little space. So, there you have it, folks. This is the Cups. This is the court cards for the Cups. The Page of Cups, the Knight of Cups, the Queen of Cups, the King of Cups. Let me know in the comment section if you have any questions or comments, what comes up for you for some of the ways that you work with court cards. What is your style of reading? Do you only use them as personalities or representing actual people or events and situations affecting a person? How do you do all of the above? What do you do? Sharing is caring. So this is how we all learn from one another. And if you are ever so kind, and if you like this video, if you truly liked it, please hit the like button. It does help the channel. I'd appreciate it ever so much. And also, if you haven't done so, please, please, please subscribe, because I find that most of my viewers are not subscribed. So join the Abundant Life Tarot family, so that way you will be the first up to get more content like this. All right, guys, I will see you all in the next one. I'm going to be recording the Swords and then lastly the Pentacles. So you don't want to miss out on that. See you soon. Bye.